Hello, everyone. This is Jen. I hope everybody's good. Thank you for being here. I'm here with an energy update. I'm going to talk about a few things, but before I begin, I just want to apologize for my last video. The audio was just awful, and I did not realize it, and I'm really sorry. I believe it was my shirt making that static, so I'm very sorry about that. In this video, I want to talk about energy mastery, the twin flames in the upcoming eclipse. We're still early in 2019, and we've been through the biggest shift ever. Biggest. I've said it in many videos. I've never seen a shift that long, a transformation that long. And even though it's still not over, and even though it may have been hard for some people, it's a really good thing. It was needed on Earth. And we're not done because there's this eclipse coming, and it's a lunar eclipse on top of a full moon. So by now we know that on full moons, we release what no longer serves us. So it's really a good time to think about that. What do you want to release? What do you want to let go? What do you want to leave in the past to be able to receive new things in your life and change and keep expanding and moving forward? This full moon is it. It's the big deal. It's hop on the train or don't and miss it for the rest of your life. It's that time. What some people may refer to as the event, but I'm not saying it's the event. The event happens on an individual basis, in phases, day to day. It's not a big wave of energy like a lot of people were talking about, but this is it. This lunar eclipse is one of a kind, and it's time to get our shit together. It really is. There is no more time for practice. It's the show. It's showtime. And it's live. We've been practicing all these years to become better masters at ourselves, to understand the twin flame dynamic for example. Now, the show must go on, and the show is on. And it's live, like I said. So anything you're going to do, people are going to see. Because you won't be able to say, oh, we're practicing, it's okay. No, people are going to see it. The veil is so thin. For some people, there is no more veil. If you have been opening up your gifts and practicing your self-mastery and expansion, you might be noticing that there is no veil. If someone is lying, it's very easy to see the change in their internal vibrations. And it's easy to see. If someone is not being authentic, it's also very easy to see or to sense. Before, if we go back a few decades or a few years, maybe even a few months, only a few people were like that. But now, the majority of people will be. Some people will remain what we call asleep, and that's okay because they are not meant to be awakened during this lifetime or life cycle. For those who are awake, this is what you're looking at. After this eclipse, there's going to be a 6-month phase until the next eclipse season that will bring new changes. This one is go time. It's a show time. It's time. It's time to align with yourself. It's time to make decisions. It's time to make a move, to act. It's time to get in balance internally between your feminine and masculine side. It's time to hold that balance, and it's time to move forward and walk straight. There's no more time to be fucking around, and I am sorry for my language, but that's how it is. There is no more time to fuck around. A lot of readers who have been on YouTube have been saying this for a few years. This is it. It's now. It's happening now. This eclipse is coming up this Sunday during the night. And there is no turning back. So it's a good idea to set your intentions to see what you're ready to let go and what you want to see manifest in your life. And stick to it. Make everything it takes to make it happen in your life. All the sacrifices that might be needed. There is no more time to say, yes, I know I should. No. If you say I should, well, you're not going to get it. And there won't be time to be complaining because you didn't get it. It's time to walk a straight line and do it. And do whatever it takes to let go of that anger, to forgive. Really, forgiveness, really important. Ask yourself this question. If you are in a situation with someone or with a company or a situation that is causing you a lot of pain and anger, are you going to stay mad for the rest of your life? Are you going to make yourself sick because you're refusing to forgive? Forgiveness is the door to freedom. Forgiving doesn't mean that you agree with what happened. It doesn't mean that you agree with what a person may have done to you. It means that you decide to free yourself from that situation and move on. Perfect time to take a look at that during this weekend before the eclipse. The full moon is going to hit and help us release, to then make space for new energies that will touch everyone on earth, including the twin flames. I mentioned in my last video that I wanted to speak less about the twin flames, and that is still holding. Not that I want to stop, it's just that the twin flame connection is all about energy mastering. So this is a chance now to open up to energy mastery. And if you happen to be a twin flame, that is going to help your twin flame connection. And I know I'm a twin myself. This connection is the most fucked up thing that someone can go through. It's, why is this person triggering me so much? Why do I feel like each time they talk, I see through a mirror? Or why do they have those effects on me? That influence on me? Why? That's a twin flame. And the answers to your whys you're going to get through doing your own work, through doing your own work into self-mastery. You could get some coaching. You could. It's going to help. But there's, to me, in my opinion, doing it alone is totally doable. You can learn it all on your own. You can ask questions to people who've done it before you. That's fine. But trying to make sense of what's happening internally, make sense of that intuition, of that guidance, of what's going on Earth. We're part of this big system. And a lot of things are influencing us. The planets, astrology. I know some people are like, no, I don't believe in astrology, because they think it's like the horoscopes in the papers. But that's not it. We're all part of this big system, and even science is now integrating spiritual concepts into their views of life and who we are as human beings. They understand concepts that have been accepted in spirituality for millions of years. Science is still new, is still growing and learning. Spirituality has been here since the beginning of time. And if you are familiar with scribes from any sources, old scribes, old scriptures from Egypt, from anywhere, there are some spiritual concepts written in there that we should all know here in 2019. and it relates to energy mastery. When you're able to understand your own cycles, how your energy works, suddenly you feel like you're more in control of your life because you understand what's going on. And you don't feel like you're a slave to your body, your hormones, or other people. And if you are in a twin flame connection, it starts with you. It starts by stopping saying things like, I know I should do this, and by doing them. It's by doing them that you shift the unwanted energies. It's by crying that you heal. It's by hitting stuff, perhaps, that you heal if you have a lot of anger to let go. It's okay to do these things, and we need to do them. There is no more time to pretend that these emotions are not there or are not part of us. It's time to let them go. I did say that this applies to everyone on earth. The divine masculine at this point is being pushed forward into their own ascension. A lot of them had to go through some lessons to learn on their own who they were inside, what they are inside, and who they need to be. Who they need to be in the sense of who is their authentic self. A lot of them have reached that point. But when we learn something new, a new skill, and it's time to put it into practice, first time we do it, we may feel insecure or may feel uncomfortable or unsure. So a lot of divine masculine are at that stage. So, best thing to do for the divine feminine is to hold still and stay in balance, hold space, and just be you. Do your own thing. Detach from this journey. And I'm not saying let go, pretend it's not there. I'm just saying detach. Allow the divine masculine the space they need to grow into themselves. Trust the universe that if you've been, I'm looking for the right word because the first one that came up is lucky. If you're a lucky twin that has met their twin, but I know lucky is like bittersweet because for this journey is so hard, and for a lot of people is like, oh my God, I wish I was just a normal person, and I totally relate to that. This journey is one of a kind, very hard. It pushes you into limits you never thought were possible within yourself. But anyhow, for the divine masculine, holding space, divine feminine, holding space, and just being you, authentic you. Keep on working on your healing. That's the only thing to do, and focus on what you want to achieve and go for it. It's showtime, and it's showtime for everyone. It's showtime for the divine masculine as well. So if for the ones that have been resisting, it's impossible to do now. It's impossible. For the ones that have decided not to take a look at this connection, it's impossible. It's going to show up in their faces. It's going to, either the name of their twin is going to show up, synchronicities, things to make them remember about their twins, and all of that stuff. And anything is possible at this time, good and bad. For those who resist, problems, obstacles will show up to make them slow down and realize where they still need to do work. And we all need to do work. Nobody is done healing. Nobody. Just like nobody knows the absolute truth. The eclipse is going to bring new perceptions, new ways of thinking. And you're going to feel it. You're going to see it. And you might feel it already within you. That change that's been bubbling inside. That's been wanting to come out. That feels like the real you. like the authentic you. That's what's coming up. That's why I say it's showtime. That's why there is no more time. Because if you choose to not align yourself with those energies, it's going to be very difficult to be happy or to even just enjoy life because you're going to be misaligned. Follow your intuition and your guidance, and it's really time to open up with the self mastery and the energy mastery. It's going to become mainstream, no knowledge. It's going to be more talked about, more accepted, because I know it's not fun when someone looks at us saying, "What are you talking about? Look at her with her energy talk." It's okay. These people will be brought up to speed in their own time. When it's time for them to let go and realize that they are made of energy. Everything is energy in life, and at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, and even during the day, there's always two choices available to us, love or fear. And every emotions and feelings that we have and can feel or process have their own vibrations and energy. It can even be measured in hertz, just like sound. Love has the highest vibration and fear has the lowest vibration. That's where it all ties in. If you want to be happy in life, you have to be in love with yourself first, in love with everything that you have in your life, even what is not perfect, even what is not the best or the best option at this time. Fall in love with it. That's how you will shift it. That's how you will manifest something bigger and better and more aligned with you. Fall in love with it. That's what being a master is, an energy master. It's about being able to navigate about or through just about anything. Navigating through the storm without losing too much of your balance. Of course, you may lose some feathers or some hair or lose your footing, but you can regain it fairly quickly. That's what it's all about. That's what 2019 is about. That's what this eclipse is about. That's why it's showtime. It's time to show up. It's time to show up every day and do your best. Stop with being lazy and procrastinating and the I should have. The I should have won't get you anywhere. Sure, it's not always easy, I know. Life is complicated. People are complicated. 2018 was trigger town for a lot of people, and we're going to see less of that in 2019. So be careful with your words and the words that you use. Like I mentioned, the veil is very thin, and for a lot of people, it's not even there. So that's why it's important to be aligned, because it's going to show. And that's why it's important to be careful with our words, because they are very powerful, because they have vibrations on their own. And I'm sure everyone has seen stuff going around on Facebook, either with plants or rice. If you tell a plant that you love them, they're going to grow more and faster and stronger, as opposed to the one that you're telling it hurtful words. Same thing with rice. It's going to go bad very quickly if you tell the rice that it's ugly and ugly words, as opposed to the one that you send love to. It's been proven many, many, many times. So if you don't love yourself first, how can you be loving someone else? How can someone else love you? Totally, I mean, because it's still possible that someone else loves you. But how can you be truly in balance and happy if you don't love yourself first? Now is the time. It's the time to step into those closed doors. Open them up and clean them up. Clean the stuff and the junk that's inside and just let it go. Leave it in the past and be authentic. It's all about loving ourselves first. Everything is about love. Everything is about energy. So if you try to find love outside of yourself first, it's not going to last. It has to come from you to begin with. And loving yourself enough is the best way to go to be able to manifest whatever you want, to be able to manifest your highest life. And that's what this eclipse is all about. Choosing your highest life or not choosing it. Go hard or go home and stay there. Meaning stay home alone and miss the chance of your highest life, your best self. We only have one life. I know for myself, I came here. Apparently I choose all of this, but I came here and there is no way that I'm not going to work towards my best life. No way. I've never given up. And I am not about to start now. And now is the time to choose right or left. That blue pill, red pill in the matrix. It is it. It's now or never. And I'm not saying that to scare anyone. That's not the point. The point is choose love. Just choose love. I mean, it's easy. Let go of the fears. And I'm saying this with all of my heart, and because I see so many people suffering, and I'm like, this is useless. Let it go and heal yourself. Forgive. Forgive that person. Forgive that situation and see. Take a peek. You'll see it's beautiful, wonderful on the other side. It is. Because through forgiveness is a door to freedom, personal freedom and liberty. And it's not about agreeing with what happened. It's not about agreeing with the person. It's about setting yourself free and loving yourself enough to realize that you don't need to be angry at someone for the rest of your life. That's how we get sick. We're all one and we're all here to be part of that show and to make it happen together. While people are holding on to their fears and their anger and the pain, well, you're not being your best self because you have all of that weight inside of you. Just let it go. This is the eclipse to do it. And then those energies are going to influence our lives for the next 6 months. And we're going to be working on our manifestations. And this is a phase where it's crunch time and it's important to never give up and do whatever it takes to make it happen. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. No matter if it's letting go of friends that no longer resonates with you, letting go of a job. I know it's easy to say. I've been through it. I had to do it. And it's not easy to feel lost. I know it's a very scary feeling. But through being lost, you find yourself again. Through being lost, you allow yourself to be revealed. You allow your true self to be revealed. So, this is what's going on at this time. And it's the year of a lot of twin flames meeting, a lot of twin flames reconnecting, a lot of twin flames happening, but you have to do the work. You have to open up your spiritual gifts, learn about energy, recognize your own patterns, become a master at them. And until you reach that state of balance and being able to stay in that state of balance, no matter what, triggers will keep happening. And it's your reaction to the triggers that will make a difference. And all these things are not so easy to understand. I know. We're all here to help each other. That's why a lot of people are putting videos out there on YouTube or writing Very interesting articles, and you can recognize the ones that are out there for the money and the ones that are not. It's very easy to spot. So discernment in the next 6 months, it's not going to be a piece of cake. It's going to be very different, and it's going to take time to adjust to these new energies and the work, the crunch time, the work that's going to be required to manifest what you want. But this is it. There's no going back. And I mean, there's always time for redemption, but why not make the right decision right now? And instead of allowing our fears to drive our motivations, let love drive your motivation. You'll see wonderful things happen when we do that. And there are many things that will happen during the eclipse and right after in these energies, so many new energies. It's going to feel so new that we may feel lost. So be prepared for that, and it's normal. Just allow it to happen until you see what's waiting for you on the other side. But just one more time, this is it. It's show time. So let's just do it and make a great show. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so on my Facebook page at Indigo Girls Readings. On Instagram, IndigoGirl555, or using my email, indigogirl555@gmail.com. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy this eclipse, and I hope everybody's good. Until next time, be well.